It's not right. Just ended up different. What am I doing?
Nothing. I've done it all.
Alexa. Thanks.
Stand on it.
No.
Go. What? Stand there.
Look.
Look right today.
Right, we're shitty.
Okay.
But you have a new flat.
What?
Just drinking booze. Hello? But he's right.
That's your
Those are
shit.
the two I want. Wait. No.
What?
The one you said that's important.
That's yours.
Oh no. Oh no. I remember now. I hid my one.
What's that? Hey, Megan.
Sorry, my computer's been muted. I'm only just online.
I was like, what's going on there? You're in a factory.
In a factory?
Yeah, I just heard loads of bangs and explosions.
Oh, sorry.
Guess what Ross has?
I completed on my flat today.
COVID or okay?
I got the keys and everything. So we're going to be switching places soon for Susie to do this place up.
When are you going to go down?
I've got the keys. I was there for a little bit today. We'll probably move in on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
But we have no stuff.
Woo!
Exciting, right?
Have you ordered the bed?
No, I haven't ordered the bed. I've got to do that tonight.
We're gonna get one of the fancy what's it called?
Simba.
Simba. We're gonna get a Simba mattress. They're so comfy. We went to the shop on Saturday and laid on all of the beds and
Is
completed
it
the
great?
It's good.
Really comfy bed.
Really
Sure
comfy.
get that.
Is it a,
We're not working on Thursday, right?
Somebody put a meeting on. I have to turn up to on Thursday.
So we're not doing that. That's
So yeah. I'm gonna see if I can negotiate for Friday instead. On the basis that I had Thursday approved and not cancelled.
We need a day where we can go and buy floors.
Right.
Ah!
To my bedroom. This is the class. It's because I'm listening to Jane Austen at the moment, so I keep like using words I wouldn't normally use in conversation. Like I'm retiring someone. You're most amiable.
What to do today then?
All right. Can we do grab guard?
Every Monday and Thursday.
Every Monday and Thursday.
Brian, you should just do it.
I'm not very good at it.
We'll get good at it and then teach it.
You're
We're
too
gonna-
confident.
She's been asking for like 3 months. In that time, you could have become a fucking world leading expert in rubber guard. Am I wrong?
It's right. I'm used to men disappointing me, Ross.
Same everywhere.
How does this happen?
Ross, it takes longer than that. You know, you've got to be practicing for 6 months at least, 6 months to 2 years. So there you
Hey,
go.
gang, help me,
Here's your
Steve.
moral support.
Right, okay, I'll try. Okay, so jump into the closed guard then. I'm not face the camera like that. I'll do this swipe so I can see.
Am I head towards camera?
Yeah. No, you get out. So, you've got to break your opponent's posture down first. So that goes back to our closed guard stuff, where we want to pull the trigger on our knees. So that's bringing our knees up to our ears. So if you're not touching my opponent, if she's got no frame, I bring my knees up here, breaks it apart. So your hands quite often will disrupt her frame. So if she is framing well, your hands are going to have to knock the frames off. So if she's framing like this, a good way of doing that is coming under them. So we're not using our hands to pull them in, we're disrupting the frame. And once that frame is disrupted, we pull the trigger on the knees to collapse her posture. The best place to hold your opponent to keep them down to start with is high up on the back of the head, here. Okay, so if he tries to regain her posture, holding the back of the head makes it hard. Now, once I'm controlling the back of the head, so her hands aren't going to be out like this, they're going to be back on me. Fairly safe there for her, with her elbows. Want to be staying fairly tight to my hips. So I've immediately got to start climbing. So you unlock your legs. You do not need your legs to control if you're controlling the back of the head. So you hold them down. Foot on the hip, foot on the hip. And now you can start climbing up to a high guard. Ideally, now to move to rubber guard, we want to get this arm on the floor. So this hand will come under the wrist, and my elbow will come over the top of it here. So it's called a zombie. To get rid of these, the hand swims underneath, comes up, the hand is off, now it's on the floor. I find the best grip to take here now, to keep control of the posture and control my opponent, is to underhook my own leg and cup the shoulder here. Now from here, this hand will come over the shoulder with the palm facing me. So this is already giving me a lot of control. See, tries pulling away. Yeah, so this grip, under the leg, cup the shoulder. This hand, palm facing you. Here. You want to jam that forearm in front of the shoulder there. What you don't want Susie to do is step over your floating leg on the other side. Now, if she steps over that and gets her left knee in on my hip, I've got to give up on that. And I'm really testing my flexibility if she does that. So, from the start, we're breaking her posture down, hands get knocked up, pull the trigger. If the hands stay on the floor and don't reset, we can immediately look to climb our leg and get a little bit of an angle and our arm underneath the shoulder here, just in front of the shoulder here. The hand, forearm facing you, this is no good. You've got to turn that elbow in. And this can become really quite uncomfortable. Once we get this grip, we don't need this other grip anymore, so we can let go. So as soon as she tries driving into me, she'll feel that forearm digging into her shoulder, and it's horrible. But you've kind of got to keep applying pressure if you want to stay safe here. Right, and we drop back. So back grip there. From here, we've got a number of options. One thing we can look to do is stop pushing the head away. Oh, it's all right. Pushing the head away and switching this grip over from the other side of her head to in front of her face here, with the elbow in front of the face. And we can use this now to open our elbow, bringing the leg all the way in front of her throat. If she doesn't move around to the omoplata, stays right in front of us, we can go for gogoplatas just by pulling on the back of the head here. There, so she can get that. If she tries running away, generate an angle to get this off, what we're going to look to do is keep her where she is to hook a leg or an arm. So I find hooking that shoulder sometimes quite useful. But if we're able to hook that leg, and now she tries to walk around, she won't be able to get far enough to get this leg from under her chin. So we can still gogoplata here. So, you know, Susie, for this rubber guard session tonight, is going to be getting gogoplata constantly. It's unfortunate,
worth it,
isn't it?
We're doing rubber guard, finally.
Okay. So, you've got to disrupt the frame. If her butt's floating, then you don't need to. So if her butt's up in the air, you just poke her. So really keep your butt low if you want to maintain your frame. You want to sink those hips down. The higher your hips are off the ground, the easier it is for me to compromise the frame. So I'm not too worried about this one. I need to disrupt this one. So it can be done in lots of ways, right? You can grab the wrist, you pull it off, you can swim underneath, knock it off, pull the trigger, and collapse her posture. Hold the back of the head. Now we can start climbing. So left foot on the hip, right leg can come up high. Once this comes up high, this arm is going to come underneath, over the top of her arm and cup the shoulder here. A little bit of an angle. From here to switch to a full rubber guard, switch the other hand, forearm in front of the shoulder. What's very common here as well is she will try to push away with this arm, normally underneath my arm. So in that case, when that happens, this arm we can get slipping across our body and we can lock up a triangle here. Now this is an arm in triangle, both arms in. See the arms across here. And now you just squeeze. And you can get the tap there, both arms in. Alternatively, you've got the dead orchard, which is Nathan Orchard's favorite move. So close guard, you hip up, and you got a really tight arm bar here.
My back.
It's good. So we've broken the posture, her hands are on us. We zombie, you get one arm off, and we immediately climb this leg up high, cupping the shoulder here. This hand will come through, cup in here. If she starts looking to push away and regain her posture, this is a good opportunity now for this opposite hand to come through, cut the shoulder, elbow, pull in the arm across your body, and this will let you walk up an arm in triangle. This will not work if this elbow's on the other side of your hip. So from here, flare your toes and try getting your knees together, and you could hit the sub there. If she's not tapping, just control the wrist and then hip up through the arm for the dead orchard. That's the dead orchard setup normally. So we'll knock it up, control, cut the shoulder, forearm comes in front. Here, she starts trying to regain her posture by pushing away. We pull that arm across, lock up a high triangle of both arms in, dead orchard, or arm in triangle. Does that make sense so far? I'm totally winging this, by the way. This is like I never use rubber guard, but this is the.
This is fine. Go on. I'm pleased.
You're pleased.
I am amused.
Susie's loving this.
I'm pleased too.
I really appreciate this, Susie.
Right. So, I think they call this the Sean Williams guard, this grip. So you've got a standard option here as well, where you start pushing the head away, clearing the leg over here. Now, we can start looking at a free our lower leg, extracting it, then lying on our back, making sure that we then start applying weight through this near leg, down through the shoulder in order to control our opponent as we're sitting up the omoplata. You sit up, both feet forward. You don't want to keep your feet close to your butt here. It keeps your knees high, which means there's no weight going through the shoulder. So keep the legs straight, weight goes through them, and look to circle your legs into the S position. So your knees stay low all the way through the movement. From here, arm always over the back, just to make sure they don't go anywhere. Controlling the hip. No. And then we can start hipping up, putting our knee through the shoulder to finish that omoplata. Just going to shut the door here because we're going to end up gagging. But normally, I'd say good rubber glove players don't want people moving through to the omoplata because it's quite an easy submission to defend if you know what you're doing, and a hard submission to follow and maintain the position. So Susie's omoplata defenses would include, so I knock these off. We go to the Sean Williams position with the cupping of the shoulder here. You can go to, I think they call this mission control. So all these positions have their own name, but I can't remember exact names here. So if we can
there's mission control when you're holding your ankle.
When I'm doing that, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know. I find the name somewhat hard to follow sometimes. So if she's not driving in and her head, so if her head is here, it's going to be hard for me to get this forearm in front of her face to push it away. So we're going to push it away, come to here. This is a different thing, a mission control. I think this is mission control. And this is something else, I can't remember exactly. So again, palm faces us, and we start opening the elbow as we pull the foot over the head here. So if Susie stays in front of us, we got our gogoplata, unusual for that to happen. If she tries running away, what we'll try and do, so step this leg around in a circle. We will attempt to hook that leg, so she's unable to get all the way around to the side, and we can still hit the gogoplata here. If we miss it, Susie's got a fairly easy submission to escape. She wants to continue stepping around to me, and now she's not going to roll. One way of escaping is a forward roll. You only do that if it's an emergency. If your opponent's lying on the floor like this, one thing you can do is bring the knee up onto your opponent's stomach. So if she wants to have more of a shin across me, better. This leg will then base up, and now she will start posturing up, looking up to the ceiling to free her arm. Now you see, stay where you are. Susie has actually got a knee bar counter on me here as well. So you want to be very careful at higher levels, allowing your omoplata to be opened up like this. If Susie falls backwards slowly with the tricep over my heel, she will knee bar me there. So just be wary of that. Remember, we've always got easy escapes there. So I would turn if the knee bar came on, sit down again. So I don't want to face my own toes. I want to turn the other way so my hips aren't in line. My knee is in line with her hips. Come into the omoplata again. The other thing Susie can do is step over to the other side of me. Now this is made a lot easier if Susie puts her weight on her head to tripod. It's a big mistake when people try to go over to this other side, is they try jumping over. You can't do that. It's also fucking dangerous. Susie tries jumping over to the other side here without her head on the floor, her knees are going to land on my face. Right? That's
Let's try that.
No, let's not do that. So what Susie wants to do is forehead on the floor and stick her butt up in the air first. And she will do one step at a time. 1, 2, and then drop the knees, not on me, and circle the arm out. So whenever you're doing that, guys, make sure you get your butt high. And it can be very hard for me to finish your part if you go into that tripod there as well. Step out. Back to the other side. So escape 1 for the omoplata. Right knee comes across your opponent's hips. Base left leg out. Postures up, 3. Knee bar counter if you want. By dropping back, pinching the knees hard, and then slowly hitting through. Good. Omoplata counter 2 was butt up in the air into a tripod. Step 1, step 2, and knees down, and now free your elbow. Good. Back over again. Now these tend to work when your opponent is not sitting up. Yeah, so if I sit up, what Susie can do is look to sit this hip through. I better do this one, actually, it's kind of a complicated one. So if you put me in there. So, turn me around a bit more. So I can shoot my hip through if you just lie backwards a little bit. So shooting my hip through will allow me to get her back onto the floor. But the only thing that's she's not staying here on the court. I'm forcing her back by shooting this leg through like this. It's important that my left hip is on the floor and I'm not sitting square. You sit square, this leg will come underneath this leg. And now, slow please, she'll extend her legs and break my shoulder. So there, and slowly sit up at the same time. Now she's hitting the carny. And now I can't roll, can't do any escapes. You can never allow the floating leg to get underneath it. So when you hit, you've got to be turning onto this hip, keeping this knee on the floor. Your head should be down. Here. If she opens up her omoplata and steps this over the far shoulder, she can end up in triangles like this. So you always want to be kind of ducking when you're doing this. And we're always driving in. This leg, facing on the floor, driving into our opponent, stacking. Good. This hand, dealing with where this leg is going. So if he tries opening it up, going for a triangle, we'll be controlling it here. Best thing for us to do is to get our head to the other side here. So we can get, once we're around here, we're out the omoplata. My head will continue to drive in, kicking off of this foot. And now I'm going to look to turn the corner. Kick. And around for the pass. So what you see strong guys doing a lot, which is wrong. If your opponent tries sitting up, they just stay on their knees and try pulling back like this. This isn't very good because this foot can hook. It's easy to break the base. What I would do to break my opponent's base here is to shoot both the legs over in that direction. So straighten both your legs and I'll come down. So what I don't do is keep the triangle lock, try and force them down. I straighten both feet. This foot will come down to there. And I'll keep me on the ground. So this foot will slide down to the heel. So, no, not just this one. So extend this to the heel. So both legs are crossed like this. And now you can throw the heels down and it's a really powerful movement there. So best thing for me to do, if you're sitting up, sit up again. Hand through, face the leg, and hip comes through, forcing it back onto the floor. You keep hold of the S-grip here if you want. But as long as you're driving in, that's what's protecting you from the shoulder lock. Kicking off into your opponent, head low. We want to get underneath that leg. So we want to stay low. We can turn, pass the leg over our head, get our head to the other side, and now turn the corner here. Yes, final one, which works a lot of the time, is you can force back off your knees. And as you see Susie trying to kick weight through your shoulder again, so start going to kick there, we limp arm. So I'm forcing against that resistance. As she kicks, you can whip your arm out. But it only works if you're forcing back at it, called a limp arm. It works the same, extracting your arm out of whizzers as well. So Susie goes omoplata here, and I try elevating a little bit. She goes to kick back hard. Out. So resist, don't resist, and go entirely limp on your arm, and it will circle out. They would use that before. Really good for whizzers. So Susie jumps up to her knees, and I underhook her, and she whizzes. I can try pushing Susie over a little bit, and she'll come back at me. So this, she's tightening her whizzer, pushing back at me. What I can do now is release tension on that push. You see I fall off of it. And at the same time, I circle my hand. So here, this is a limp arm. Go on, try pushing me over, try pushing me over. That's a limp arm. You push your opponent back, push me back. There, now you've got access to the back. Nice way dealing with whizzers. Whizzers only work if there's weight going through them. So if we're in a dogfight where Susie has a good base and she's got her weight going through her whizzer, we can take that weight off momentarily by going limp. So as we go limp, there's no weight. So this moment as I fall away, she tries holding on to it to catch me out, but nobody does that. So here, what we can also do to make the whizzer light is shoulder shrug, get her moving forward, getting more weight going through her face and that hand. That's not going to happen. But I could be like trying to throw that weight forward here. The further she travels forward, the shitter a wizard gets.
Because I'm happy about me
And the
sticking to
easier
the
you can move around your opponent. So here, cup the hip, left shoulder rotates forward, get that weight forward ahead here. Now here, even if she's really flexible and holding on to this wizard, all I do, left leg, steps up to the other side, to this other leg. And now here, I can just push her over. Like, there's no way she can readjust the base anymore. And she's gone. The reason why I'm able to do that is her weight is traveling forwards. It's going ahead of her. She's got a light wizard. It doesn't fucking work. It may look like a wizard, but if her elbow's pointing to the ceiling, there's no weight going through it, it's not a wizard. It's not working. So, yeah, anyway, ideas.
when is a wizard not a wizard?
So here, and you can feel it actually, so underhook me, trap my leg, so she always be underhooking at the hip, that's where she wants to control. You can pinch your knees together, I'm not going to that. So here, nothing is, I've got no weight on this hand. That's a tight wizard, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
So here, Susie shrugs her left elbow up a little bit. Put weight through this hand. How do you feel now?
Better.
Yeah. So now even more. Go on.
Okay.
Now walk around behind me. Step that left foot behind that. And now you've got it. Come back round. Back to the start. Heavy wizard. Try walking behind me.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it? Heavy wizard. Light wizard. She can walk behind me. And now once that is there, I'm gone. So if somebody's wizarding in, they're protecting their back. So we can screw up the wizard, even if it looks like he still is, just by taking weight off of it. You do that by going forward or limp arming out. And even if the wizard is still in, just walk behind them. Good things will happen. They'll fall over. You really feel the difference, right?
Yeah.
It goes the same standing, guys, as well. So as soon as you get an underhook on me standing, I'm going to switch the camera angle a little bit, sorry. So she could so really similar here. No weight on my hands, weight going through my feet. I can wizard really hard here. So as soon as you can try walking behind me, and I can start her, I can bring her back around to the front of me with that wizard. The way to get them going forward is slightly different. So Susie will need to have a single here with this hand cup in here. What you'll do is walk around in a circle in that direction. Yes. So now walk behind me. I can't fucking stop that. It's going to rip my shoulder out. So even just getting that palm on the floor is massive. So here, Susie's got a single, cup in the far hip. Here, try walking behind me, Susie. Light, wizard breaks. So we jumped from rubber guard into omoplata defense, and then ended up on how to deal with wizards, make them light. Come down, please. So back to rubber guard. Break the posture. Sean Williams guard. This hand comes under, cups the shoulder. This hand, ideally here for mission control. Once you get here, you can let go of this. Now you can start looking to push the face away. You can keep this grip. I remembered how to do it. You push the face away. Now you flare your right elbow and pop it over the face with the same grip. Now here, the elbow will flare, bringing my foot in front of the face for gogoplatas and omoplatas. Now, sometimes it can be hard as they're running away out of this to catch that back leg. So what we have been doing is as she's running away, try to circle this way, please. We've been hooking the far leg of our spare leg, but sometimes this can be hard to catch. If you miss it, the floating foot I want you guys hooking under the opposite shoulder, and then kicking it up in the air, just under the shoulder there. From here, she can't, and you flare your toes to really turn this into a hook. Now try walking around, Sue. See, it's hard for it to clear that. And we can, at the same time, hit a finish. Extend both legs. So extend hard, kick in this leg up through this shoulder as you drop in this shin through this one. And it's just horrid. So yeah, as they're running out to the omoplata, we look for the far leg. You miss it, you look for the shoulder. So Susie's going to do that to you. Not bad. Breaks the posture. Good. So she goes Sean Williams. She goes over my arm and under her leg to cup my shoulder. Now she's stuck to me. Ideally, she wants to turn a little bit. Just there. So now, cup hard and drop your left elbow down. So now, I'm going to try pulling out. Shows how effective that is. No, we'll give that in a minute. So I was able to pick her up off the ground, and she was holding herself up. It's like, Susie does a lot of climbing. I guess it's kind of like a figure of four for climbing.
It's exactly like a figure of four.
Yeah. Okay. So, does anyone climb? No.
Well, we have heel hooks and figure of fours, and they're better than heel hooks.
I climb with no methodology.
So now, Susie is going to go to mission control. So this hand is going to come around, grab her calf with the fingers. That's it. Now, to make this mission control tight, this elbow has to drop down. Good. Is this? Oh, that's what's wrong. Under the leg. So now here, this is, she can let go of the Sean Williams position now. Keeping this elbow down means it's like I can't drive into it. If I try to, it's hurt. So you got that forearm jammed in on the collarbone. From here to move to get the leg over, you're going to start pushing my face away with your spare hand and flare now this elbow over the head. No, you want to keep the grip. So flare the elbow. That's it. And now drop the elbow in front of the face instead. Now again, I'm going to try driving in, staying square. I can't. This forearm is too powerful. The elbow opens in front of my face. So there's the space right there. For Susie now to bring the foot in front of the face. This foot. In. Good. So now, go-go parters are on. If I stay here, she'll grab my head, pulling it down. So what's likely to happen is I'm going to try to take this pressure off by circling around to an omoplata. The most efficient way to do that is to pick up this leg. She sees it, catches it. Now I'm stuck. So now she can grab my head here, pull it down. Here. I'm going to be trying to step out of this, trying to push down. Susie will extend the leg. So she is making it very hard for me to step out. There is a shoulder lock here if she wants to finish. So she'll extend this a long way, picking the leg up if she wants to. If I lose my balance, I'm fucked up. So don't extend it, you pick it up. That's good. Now sit up. And there's the shoulder lock. If she misses that leg, she will hook my armpit instead. And extend. And now drop this shin through my shoulder. And then if she misses both the leg and the shoulder, she will look to attack omoplatas. A bit hard. Any thoughts, guys?
With the omoplata defense, where you can go on the leg, would you try a footlock down to there?
But as a defender, falling back, so with the knee on the stomach, probably not a footlock because your hand, you need two hands to go for a footlock, right?
Oh yeah.
So like one is just coming free. So this is going to be hard to get onto that with a reasonable control.
Yeah, the one where you put the leg under your neck or something like that, and you use the other.
Yeah. No, that's so. Right, so shimmy around the face of the camera. You're going to be doing this. So yeah, you got to be careful on partnering people that this foot doesn't get caught up over the back of your opponent's head. If Susie puts her head next to my heel and grabs my toes at the heel, there, this is important. So grab the toes, please. And remember, rotational application here. She wants to kind of get that rotation there. She can toe hold me. So if she starts looking up to the ceiling and pulling the toes down at the same time, you'll see how your head's a little bit on the heel. Mm-hmm. So you just want to have like the heel floating past your heel. Now pull down. So she can toe hold me there. If somebody's got rubbery feet, it can be very hard to hit this. You also want to, if I'm constantly flaring my toes, so as soon as you grab those toes, try pulling those toes down, one-handed and drive your head up at the same time, can be very hard to buckle those toes. So similar how we defend a straight foot lock, guys, to protect this, is just put your boot on, like that. If she does buckle it, she can drive her head up and finish a toe hold. Keep going, look up to the ceiling, there it is. Although if she starts floating this hand about and I grab it and I pull it over her head, you now have a lat stretch to finish. So if you grab the elbow and pull it across to the other side of her body, yeah, that's a cheeky one. So yeah, you want to be careful, like in having this hand floating about. Never put it behind your head, because I'll just grab it and pull it. And it kind of stretches this part of you and get the shoulder lock at the end. You can move on to leg locks off of an on part by putting, you can toe hold. I always find the control in the toe hold very difficult. We shimmy around a little bit. And it'll be good. So this knee will drop down inside my opponent's ribs and inside the leg. You will then grab the toes, and you can toe hold while still in the omoplata on this leg that's closest to you. Remember the toe hold, guys? We want our palm over the toes with the crease of our elbow over the heel. We see a lot is people's elbows being like up high on the shin. Crease the elbow over the heel. Buckle the toes, try getting the big toe to the thumb, and then at the same time, peel this elbow back across your body so the heel comes out the line of her knee. So, and that's what will give you the toe hold. So toes to the bum, back. Good. So you can drop one of the toe holds there, but I always find I lose the omoplata whenever I try that. So know that it's there. If somebody starts playing deep and omoplata, like, be concerned. But you have to lie back for it. So it does open up escapes that work when our opponent's lying on their knee on the stomach and what was the other one? Stepping over to the other side. Moving to heel hooks off of omoplatas. We bring in the inside, throw this leg over, cup the foot, and pull the foot to the opposite hip. We can finish the heel hook here. Remember when we're finishing the heel hook, this elbow throws back over the toes in order to expose that heel. And now we're in here. So to move to the heel hook there again. So omoplata. This knee down, foot hooks the hip, on the shoulder, hook in the hip. Leg comes over, grab the toes, pull it to the higher hip. elbow smashes the toes to open that heel. And gable here and finish. If in what happens, what Susie will throw this leg over to the other side. So step this leg over to the other side. So,
on my head.
yeah, so take your arm out as well as you do it. So they'll free this. So this is us moving to a 50-50 inside heel hook off of the omoplata there. Good. Yeah, there's your heel hook entry off of omoplatas. I think Jed's quite good at them actually.
Daisy.
You're dizzy. Sorry. Right, guys. Any questions? We'll leave it at the technique today.
Thank you
Right.
very much. I appreciate it.
All right. I didn't stay on it always. Kind of branched off a little bit.
Yeah, I liked how you were like, okay, finally we'll do rubber guard for Megan, and then it was like 10 minutes of rubber guard, and then mostly just other things that you like omoplatas and heel hooks. But I appreciate it. Thanks, Ross.
Right. I use like rubber guard very, very limitedly. I don't reuse it as an omoplata entry, and sometimes global platters. But yeah, it is useful.
Because it's like the guard where I feel the most secure, but I think that's because I am a bendy small person.
Yeah, I mean, like this. Whatever way works best for you. That's the best thing about jiu-jitsu is obviously I'm going to try to get all of you playing butterfly guard, and, and you will get your belts quicker if you look like me when you grapple. Just saying.
I'm going to shave my head as well, have I?
It's like copy my haircut, copy my grappling. You get more points for copying my grappling.
All right.
Like, you know, you hit a butterfly sweep in a tournament, then I'm gonna be fucking proud. I'm probably gonna like knit some guard in your belts. But yeah, this is me trying to bribe you. Anyway, guys, brings a pressure passer. Where you're going, Megan?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Wales or not. I need to like work out what I'm doing with work.
We're not allowed yet.
Wales still can only travel 5 miles.
The border's still shut.
Is this? Oh my.
Yeah, I think it opens the next week, the week after. So hopefully be back up in the end of the month.
Dad have to come up and buy me loads of stuff for my flat.
The big countdown now then.
Right, guys, I'm going to go and have dinner. Thank you very much for joining me from my class.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See you on
Ross.
Thursday.
You all enjoyed. See ya.
Good to see you, bud.
Bye.
Ta-ra.